staff now has increased to 4. Peter Kane on the Blackpool FC community programme. He's joined Andy Welsh along with Colin Meldrum, Carl Smith and Michael Newbold. Anybody has any ideas for it?
Well, that short preview just about sums up Sunderland's 91-92 season. Some great goals and the frustration of those that eventually got away. My name's John Cairns and I travel to all the Sunderland away games for work for BBC Radio and Television. It's a job that I enjoy doing, and it's a chance to see goals that perhaps the fans don't have the opportunity to see. Goals like Anton Rogan's at Brighton and the blockbuster from Gordon Armstrong away to Swindon.
A curious decision gave Dennis Smith's side the lifeline it desperately needed. Gabbiadini tangles with Alan McCleary and the referee has no hesitation in awarding the penalty. Gary Hours opts for the bottom right corner, but Falco had wandered into the box before the save. Take two with more venom meant they were back in the game.
6 minutes after the break, Gary Hours stabs the ball home. Hours' determination paid off. So did his cross when Marco Gabbiadini headed his second of the season. Just time for one final act of defiance by Gordon Armstrong, his goal worth more than just a consolation.
Charlton could do with a win here to take them up the table. Kevin Ball for Sunderland, forward to Devonport. The layoff, it's a good one to Pascoe. Pascoe now taking on Webster. Possibly going to get the shot in. Gabbiadini goes to the middle. Gabbiadini goes over. Ball comes out to the far side. The cross comes in. The header comes in. Off the bar. Against Boulder saves. But there it is. It's there from Gabbiadini, and Sunderland are back in front within seconds of the second half starting. Wembley, in which Sunderland, of course, lost before getting a place in the first division after Swindon had been demoted, and Norman saved at least 6 or 7 certain goals, and had Norman not been in goal for Sunderland that day, they'd have lost by a lot more. And here's Gabbiadini, and Gabbiadini makes it 3-1 for Sunderland. Marco Gabbiadini, second goal inside 4 minutes, and that is why he is rated at 2. Sunderland are going to play for time for the next 40 minutes. It's going to make for a very dull second half, but they can well afford to, with a 2-goal lead here at Upton Park. Here's Pascoe. Armstrong, cross to Hours, far post. Gabbiadini looking for a third. Gabbiadini, the hat-trick for Sunderland. The hat-trick for Sunderland in 6 minutes. Marco Gabbiadini, clinical finishing. That just about wraps it up for the visitors.
Peter Beagrie, on loan from Everton and back on his old stamping ground, caused the most problems for Borough. Pears happy to tip his deflected cross over the top. Peter Davenport's experience could be invaluable in the post-Gabbiadini era. He turned sharply to bring the best out of Pears before the break, and he almost capitalised on a rare mistake at the back. David Rush steals in, and Dav's denied by Alan Kernahan on the line. The woodwork got in the way a few minutes later, and it looked as though the gods were against the former Borough striker. Now Ball's free kick from the restart is nodded on by Davenport, and Kieran Brady, who just come off the bench, may have answered the weighty problem about who takes over from Gabbers. John Kay to on loan Peter Beagrie. Beagrie inside to Gordon Armstrong. Armstrong hits the post, and there's Kieran Brady starting his first league game of the season to open the Roker men's account. They were right back in it 10 minutes later when the header comes out to Gary Hours. He drives it back in, and Kevin Ball's touch leaves Mark Drew stranded. Then all of a sudden, Sunderland drew level. It was the Beagrie-Armstrong-Brady connection that did it again. The young Scotsman claims his second and gives his boss food for thought. He was only in the side because Thomas Hauser failed a fitness test before kick-off. But if the truth be told, he should have completed his hat-trick. Hours sends in the cross, but Brady's bunch eludes him as he side-foots it wide of the net. Still, 1 point's better than none.
Okay, an experienced professional, started his career with Arsenal. Okay, again on the attack. Losing out to Neil Thompson. Kay with the throw. This is Byrne. Lots of confidence and a great cross and a goal! A superb cross. It's Armstrong who turned it in. But it all must go to John Byrne. That was a superb bit of control. 38 minutes gone.
The Roker revival has been remarkable to say the least. The Weir side has totally dominated the opening 45 minutes of the baseball ground, with the first chance falling to John Byrne. His effort beat Peter Shilton, but finished the wrong side of the post. The former England keeper brought off the save of the match. Somehow he got his fingers to Paul Hardyman's bender, just to prove there's still life after 40. Sunderland's next effort opened up Derby again. Brian Atkinson to Byrne, one touch from him, and Peter Davenport's measured shot came back off the woodwork. Gordon Armstrong couldn't convert the rebound. Now that he's gone, Dennis Smith's final acquisitions are really beginning to produce the goods. Don Goodman sets up Byrne, but again, old man Shilton was sharp enough. The first Sunderland goal was a classic. Hardyman to Byrne. Now watch how the striker torments defender Andy Common. The cross is perfect for Goodman, and there's a brilliant header, his 6th goal for Sunderland in 8 games. Then after 28 minutes, Crosby's side were 2 up. This time Goodman returned the favour for his partner. His low cross was deflected right into Byrne's path, and he didn't let Shilton get in the way. Byrne now head over heels, and the Roker fans are delirious. Sunderland's goal came out of the blue. An appalling pass by Billy Clark went straight to Davenport. He found John Byrne, and the bargain buy of the season keeps his cool yet again. That's his 8th goal since he arrived at Roker Park.
A frenetic game with cup hero John Byrne full of tricks to set up Gary Bennett and put Sunderland ahead in 4 minutes. The men were still flying though. Byrne again the creator, this time Don Goodman back on duty restores the lead. In one more, the Roker men had bounced straight back. They tried to play their way through the home defence, but it was Paul McCarthy whose final touch set up Don Goodman for a neatly taken equaliser. That's his 10th for Sunderland. Just after the half-hour, Tyne and Weir got their wish. The weak punch finding Anton Rogan, and a storming first goal for the Irishman. Amazingly, that was it for the scoring, but only thanks to 2 fine saves. First, Norman balanced his books with flying reactions to Mark Barham's header. Then, Brighton needed a last-ditch clearance to prevent a bizarre goal. Gary Bennett's up and under, bounced over Perry Digweed, but Stuart Munday just got there in time, but that may not save Brighton. None of the other playoff hopefuls could have accused Sunderland of saving themselves for Wembley. 7 minutes into the second half, and Gordon Armstrong boosts his season's total to 11. It looked as though Kenny Dalglish's nightmare was continuing with just over 20 minutes left. Peter Davenport again confirming he's in cup final form.
Well, I told you there were some magnificent goals away from home. And later we'll be taking a look at some of the goals scored here at Roker Park. And a special feature this particular year is the memories of the goals that the fans remembered.
Without a doubt, it was the goal that David Rush scored against West Ham in the cup final. Being leading 2-0, getting full back, things were looking a bit down, and suddenly out of the blue, lovely little move, and David Rush knocked it. Not here out season, for us to win.
The goal I remember best was the Gordon Armstrong against Chelsea. It was a header when it was 1-2-1.
The goal I thought that was the best for that side was Gordon Armstrong to put Sunderland 2-1 up against Chelsea with 5 minutes to go. He came on, he headed the ball, top left-hand corner, and that was it. That put us in the semi-final.
The goal I remember best last season was Brian Atkinson against Bristol City. And he got the ball just inside, just the halfway line, took a few steps and hit it, hit up the bar and went in. First goal against Newcastle. Davenport. Oh, he got the edge of the box, took it inside, hit it, and won.
Best goal I remember last season was when Atkinson threw it over. Threw it to David Rush, and he knocked it into John Byrne and headed it in. It all went wrong. We all got excited and end of the match. It was just,
The best goals I saw last season, Peter Davenport against Middlesbrough. He was pushing for promotion. He was fighting, steering up relegation. Stood up on the right, caught it on the edge of the box, turned, whacked. Great. Great goal. Best one all season for me.
The season was a strange season because it promised so much, because we all remember the cup ties, they've got that little bit of glamour to it. But I remember particularly with some of the younger players, and Brian Atkinson springs to mind. And the memory that I have was the game against Blackburn Rovers, when I thought he scored an absolutely superb goal. It looked quite simple because the build-up was simply a long kick forward. It was flicked on to Brian, but he anticipated so well, hit it first time, and it was in the back of the net before any of the Blackburn people could move. So I think that's the sort of memory that I like to look back over last season and think, yeah, we've got some good youngsters. We'll come again.
My sort of abiding memory last season in the league is turning up for the Ipswich game and not being able to get in the full end, because it was one of these games where you had to get a ticket, like a voucher for the cup final, and I couldn't get in the full end. I was sort of like 2 people in front of me, I couldn't get in, so I had to go and run down the Roker end to get in. And it was turned out to be a very fortuitous experience because Sunderland scored 3 goals that night, all in the Roker end. So despite being soaked to the skin and sort of having to wring my coat out, and it took about a week to dry, hanging up, and John Goodman, as usual, managed to score both his goals in the Roker end, and David Rush as well scored. But there were 3 spectacular goals.
Support from Mooney. Jinks left, right. Oh, and here comes Byrne. If he can force it through, he can't. Mooney trying to get in. Atkinson stopped Ipswich from clearing it. Looks for the ball in the centre, and it's there. It's there from Don Goodman. Sunderland take the lead. With 8 minutes gone in the second half, 53 minutes gone, Brian Atkinson made that goal, but Don Goodman finished it off deservedly. It's Sunderland 1, Ipswich Town 0. And we see here that it's Owls who robs the defender. Through goes Don Goodman. Careless play on the part of Romeo Zondervan, who allowed himself to lose possession. And the experience of Don Goodman is enough to ensure that Sunderland lead 2-0. It's the second goal of the night. It's the outswinger. similar to the one that Armstrong got, and it's there! Sunderland have scored a third. It's Sunderland 3, with, I think it's David Rush, the goal scorer. Ipswich Town 0. Yes, David Rush, acknowledging the cheers of the fans. He makes it 3-0 to Sunderland. A tremendous night for the Roker Park fans.
It's the best 90 minutes football we played all last season, including the cup games. We played absolutely superb. Made Ipswich look second class. That's all I can say about that.
Yeah, we tend to forget about the goalkeeping situation. We talk about goals scored, and we tend to forget that the first-hand defence is the goalkeepers. And I believe that in the cup game against Chelsea, that Tony Norman, I mean, you talk about them winning the game. I believe Tony Norman won that game for them, for the important saves in that particular game. He didn't score, obviously, but I mean, at the time, with Chacho were pressing and pressing, he's made 2 or 3 tremendous saves. The lads get hot from that, and then the attack, and of course, you know, we win the game. But to me, it's down to Tony Norman. He's the one who inspires, keeps them out, and at the end of the day, he's the one who Tony Norman basically he's a bit like himself. He's a great shot stopper. Now, Tony isn't the best coming out and dealing with cross situations. And it is the most difficult part of goalkeeping. You know, you can ask any goalkeeper in the world. The difficult ball to deal with is the cross-ball situation. I think even more nowadays, where the emphasis is on the near post corners and there's that many people on that near post. No, he's an excellent goalkeeper.
Again, I mean, I think you're right. Goalkeepers always tend to get forgotten. I mean, we always remember the goals, but you don't always remember the saves. But I think we've been fortunate at Sunderland over the years to have some good goalkeepers, and Tony Norman is certainly one of those that did very, very well in practice. And when he wasn't playing, Tim Carter standing in admirably.
Hardiman. Oh, straight across his own goal. A chance for Claridge. Lays it wide to his left. Great save by Carter. On turned over the bar.
Defenders don't get the mention they should, but John Kay particularly is a speedy player, he's an exceptional tackler, and he distributes the ball well. And for me, I thought he had an outstanding season, the whole of last season, every match he played. I think he's a first-class defender.
Trying to create the opening. He has done. He's got the ball across. On the other flank, it's Kay. Kay back into the centre and held by Deeney. But play goes on. Hardiman hooks the ball away. That was an awkward ball from Armstrong to brace well. So Port Vale with the chance. An important challenge there from John Kay.
Memories of you, the Sunderland supporters, goals perhaps of 91-92 season. What about my colleagues on the press benches? Doug Weatherall's been covering Sunderland for many, many years, and his memories of 91-92 was a certain youngster who started at York, moved to Roker, then eventually moved on to Crystal Palace, and now at Derby, of course, Marco Gabbiadini.
Actually, it seems fashionable nowadays to knock Marco Gabbiadini at Roker Park. You won't get me knocking Marco. I'll always treasure his time here, and I found him one of the most exciting players in recent years. And I recall a goal he scored against Oxford here at Roker Park. It was a beautiful bit of opportunist finishing. Anton Rogan punted the ball into the centre, the ball was knocked on, and there was Gabbiadini stretching and turning the ball wide to the left of the goalkeeper. Beautiful bit of opportunism, and it's the sort of thing I remember Marco Gabbiadini for.
Doug Weatherall of the Daily Mail's memories of Marco Gabbiadini. We'll turn now to Roger Thames, commentator at Tyne Tees Television, and his memories is a Don Goodman hat-trick here against Millwall.
The game that particularly comes to mind, I think, was in Malcolm Crosby's early purple patch when he took over the game against Millwall. 6-2 was a fantastic result at the time, and a fantastic game for Don Goodman. Now, Don Goodman, I think, has been a real worker, even when he's not been scoring goals, ever since he came to the club, but it all went right for him
that day. He hit 3 goals, and they seem to sum up the full range of his play. Remember the first one, he was cutting in from a wide position. It was a real goal all about power and pace, and he belted it right into the far corner, and that really seemed to set him up. Second one he got was a header, diving in there. It was just a bit of a half chance, a real striker's goal, but he was very quick and very brave and saw the opportunity and was straight in there. And a similar case with the third goal, but a different sort of goal. You know, one where he's arriving at the right place at the right time, got a foot to it first, stuck it in the corner. And that was the sort of day when everything went right for Don Goodman. But why I remember the game is because it seemed to sum up him. He was always given terrific value, I think. Very powerful, hard-running sort of player. Now and again drifts out wide sometimes, but when he gets into those central positions, scores some cracking goals. And I don't think that's a game that Malcolm Crosby will forget in a hurry either.
Well, I'm sure that Don Goodman would settle for a hat-trick like that every week. This could be Roker Park of the future. Reminds me of Wembley. And perhaps the best highlight of 91-92 season was that magnificent cup run that started with Port Vale, Oxford, West Ham United, Chelsea, Norwich, and eventually Wembley Stadium. Unfortunately, not the right result, but what highlights.
Byrne to Hardiman with the cross. It's a tantalising cross. Byrne just couldn't control it properly. And an acrobatic clearance on the part of Port Vale only goes to ours. Bennett pumps the ball forward again. Armstrong wins the heading duel. Whips the ball across, and it's there! A lovely goal for Sunderland. Oh, that was a well-worked goal. It's Atkinson. It's Atkinson who scores for Sunderland from the Gordon Armstrong cross. But it was a well-worked goal. As Mark Groove takes the goal kick. Always getting up. Bracewell clearing. Now, Davenport this time. Scores! It's 2-0 for Sunderland. And that makes life a little bit easier for Sunderland. So, in injury time, at the end of the first half, it's Sunderland 2, Port Vale 0. Bracewell. That was a good piece of reaction by Peter Davenport to keep Sunderland in possession. Armstrong with the centre. It's a deep one. Byrne, if he can get turn, he can't. But Atkinson and Byrne, yes! Byrne it is who gets his foot to the ball. Atkinson it was who turned the ball across. It looked as though John Byrne had lost it, but he managed to just get his foot to it, and that was enough to guide the ball over the line. So John Byrne scores Sunderland's third after 28 minutes of the second half. It's Sunderland 3, Port Vale 0.
A cross from Hardiman brought Sunderland's first goal after just 3 minutes. John Byrne was there with a simple tap-in. It was turning into something of a revenge mission for the Roker striker, who was also involved in the second. His shot was blocked, but it fell to Hardiman, who drove the ball in off the post. Caretaker manager Malcolm Crosby was surely heading for his 5th win out of 6 since taking over at Roker. The third goal came in the 53rd minute. A curling shot from Byrne came out off the post. Atkinson was there to hammer the ball home. Sunderland's dream ticket to the 5th round almost became a nightmare. Oxford scored 2 goals in the last minute, the first by Paul Simpson. From a free kick, it looked as though they might stage a comeback. An aerial scramble led to their second. Suddenly, they're just 1 goal behind. But it's too late. Oxford are out of the cup. Sunderland meet West Ham at Roker Park in the 5th round.
Now, the chance. Good save by Norman. That was from Slater. But been done safely enough as Ball brings the ball away. Ball continuing. Now the ball played through. Oh, and that was a great save by Parks to deny Paul Hardiman. This time the corner driven deep. The shot from Keane, Small, and it's there for West Ham United. Keane with the shot in the first place. The ball deflected into the Sunderland net by Mike Small, and after just 3 minutes of play in the second half, West Ham United take the lead by 1-0. West Ham again. Coolly played out by Rogan. Long ball from Rogan for Davenport. Davenport whips the ball across. It's over Parks. Byrne is there, but Dix is as well. Byrne and Dix. It's in. It's a goal. It's over the line. Byrne and Dix challenged for that ball, following a fine cross from Davenport. And it was the important foot of John Byrne that just got there, just sufficient to roll the ball across the line.
Oh, that's a bad pass. Byrne will get to this. Oh, he's in! What a start for Sunderland. Covered by Ball. Davenport. Oh, he took it well, Davenport. And here comes Byrne again. He's covered by Dix, is he? He's a real awkward player, John Byrne. He's made it 2. It's 2-0 Sunderland. Martin Allen. And suddenly West Ham supporters find a little bit to get excited about. Still Allen! Oh, what a goal! Sunderland have got everybody back. That is Allen who hits it. Oh, it's in! Breaker's come up from the back again. Here he is. Took it in his stride well, Tim Breaker. Oh, and another fabulous save from Tony Norman. Faced by Julian Dix. Left foot cross, Byrne, Rush! 3-2 Sunderland, David Rush.
And the goalkeeper got a touch to it. It's a corner. Wise takes. Allen right on the line. Up comes Elliott. Townsend. And blocked on the line, and then in by Clive Allen. It looked as though a goal had to come early in the match. In the end, it comes as a result of Dixon's work that won the corner. Elliott up. They don't get it away. And it comes out to Allen after being blocked on the line by Hardiman. Byrne again on the near post. Hardiman comes for it. Not well cleared. Rogan. Oh, what a shot! Well picked up by Stewart. Dixon. And still Stewart. Good tip over. Well, they're not finding the openings that they were finding earlier in the half. Bracewell. Now they might. Byrne. Yes!
Kay with the ball now. Crossfield ball. It's come for Davenport. Might try the one shot. He does, but there might have been a deflection there too. There was indeed. So Sunderland's second corner. This time it's from the Sunderland left. So it may well be Atkinson that goes across to take it. It is. "15 minutes gone." Brian Atkinson takes the corner. Another near post one. This time it's a better corner. Bracewell. Atkinson stays wide. Good play. Gets round Townsend. Gets the ball across just short of Byrne on the far post. Bracewell could try one from here. He chips the ball across. Oh, yes! It's 1-0. Sunderland 1. And it's Gordon Armstrong who scores for Sunderland from the corner. Gordon Armstrong after 15 minutes, but there the cheers die away as you see the linesman's flag denying Gordon Armstrong that goal. And it was for offside. It was Hardiman who took it last time in this sort of position, and he takes it this time. And a crafty free kick there from Hardiman. Everybody expecting the chip into the centre. Instead he played it through the defence, and it nearly caught Chelsea on the hop. But Wise now opening play out for Chelsea. Sinclair going down the Chelsea left. Challenged by Rush. Atkinson. Rush. Good play by Rush. Finding Byrne. Byrne. Rush has come up into the penalty area. Byrne tries to flick it past. Yes, Davenport. This time, no doubt. Besant furious with the defence. But Davenport this time has scored for Sunderland. After 20 minutes, the referee ushering Sunderland away. The Chelsea defence completely split open there. Near post corner. Flicked on by Cascarino. In again by Townsend and straight into the arms of Norman. We'll see. Good corner. The back flick from Cascarino. Davenport trying to get in there for Sunderland. Bracewell with the long ball across. Armstrong chasing. Has it for Sunderland. Waits for support. It's there through Hardiman. Back across the box. Brace. Oh, and that was Rush coming in at the far post, but Besant just managed to get there. Rogan getting in bravely, but couldn't keep the ball in. Cascarino, faced by Kevin Ball. Didn't let Cascarino turn, but the ball into the Sunderland area. Dixon, great save. Sinclair. Rush slips, allowing Sinclair to go forward. Flicks it wide. Lasso, good centre, and an excellent save by Norman. And Dennis Wise can't understand how Norman got to that. The flick on. Oh, Davenport. The ball comes back in and it's wide this time by Armstrong. And Besant, you can see, furious with his defence. Rush getting up well. Byrne. Atkinson. Might try one. He does. Good save. Who was on the end of it? It was Davenport again, but it's turned behind for the corner. Atkinson with the corner. They've played a lot of short ones recently, but this one looks like being a variation on that. It is. It's a near post corner. Oh, and Ball was in there. Couldn't direct his shot. Body's on the ground. In comes Byrne. It's two. No, it's not. The referee disallowed it. Dennis Wise with that corner. A slightly outswinging curler. Up went Richard Ord. And the ball is off the line by Bracewell, I think, on the line. It's back in, and this time Norman. Played in. Oh, chance here for Chelsea. It's the equaliser by Dennis Wise. The exact opposite to what happened at Stamford Bridge. Dennis Wise, to the relief of the Chelsea fans, equalises for Chelsea in the Chelsea penalty area. Good play this time by Elliott to deny Byrne. Now Byrne plays the ball across, but who's on the end of it? Rushes, but outstretches the foot of Sinclair to force the ball away for the corner. This game could still go either way. In the last 3 minutes. If it doesn't, then we'll have extra time. 15 minutes each way. And if that fails to resolve it, then it's the sudden death method of penalties. Oh, it's there! Sunderland have regained the lead in dramatic fashion. And the Sunderland players are going mad here.
Goal kick, and a bit of space here for another mark. Bowen. Norman changes his mind and came up with the right decision in the end. Chris Sutton's header. And it well back across the front. Oh, and it came just off the post. Again from Sutton. 5 forwards. And it was Rogan's head. This is 1 against 1 for a moment. No support. Now it's arriving. Bracewell and Rush and Atkinson and Davenport far side. Positive run by Rush. This is Atkinson. And this is Byrne. He's done it again, Byrne. Scored in every round so far, and that really was a very, very well-made goal. At the start, he was on his own, but he got a lot of support coming through. Lovely ball by Rush. The linesman looked, Atkinson got his cross in, and Byrne scores with his head, which he says he doesn't do too often, and Sunderland have the lead.
Well, 34 minutes before we had to wait for the first goal. A few of the Sunderland supporters just a little bit exuberant at the moment and have to be pushed back onto the terraces. But a marvellous goal. A break that broke the offside trap. Not only that, when Atkinson knocked the ball in, it was a superb cross. And there was John Byrne to actually knock the ball straight in the back of the net.
Black is waiting in the 6-yard area. Massive noise to his right. And in comes Butterworth. Very, very quick feet by Tony Norman to get himself into the right position. That's a better ball. Black. And here's Sutton. Good first touch. And then he was challenged. Goal kick.
And the one control in that area.
And they lead at half-time through John Byrne's 7th goal of this FA Cup campaign, maintaining his record of scoring in every round so far.
With regard to the young lad, you've got to imagine the pressure that's on him. It's a very important match to play in. You've got the responsibility to your supporters and everyone. But he seems to be enjoying it. And I think that's fantastic.
It's a good try by Byrne. In the FA Cup semi-final, it is 1 goal for Sunderland. John Byrne has scored it, and Sunderland are through to the FA Cup final. And the face was wreathed in smiles before it was covered in embrace. The second division side have made it to the delight of their mass ranks of red and white. They don't know whether to laugh or whether to cry. It's that sort of feeling. 34th minute goal from the best move of the match. Not a classic by any stretch of the imagination, but had the usual fervour and emotion that is always produced in an FA Cup semi-final.
18,000 supporters from Sunderland, that was their ticket allocation. And 26,000 from Liverpool. Prepare now for this 64th Wembley FA Cup final. All seated now, Wembley. Prices ranging from £15 down there near the fences to £90 these days, high up in the Olympic Gallery. Swung wide by Mulvey, beautifully to Ray Houghton, number 8. Michael Thomas a forward, but in space. Michael Thomas shoots, holds his head for skying it, but Tony Norman was very quick to his feet. Good tackle by Rogan, he started well. This is Byrne, Davenport in the centre, Rogan outside him, still Johnny Byrne.
Well, he got it on target, but there's Anton Rogan giving a shot.
Nickel again. And Wright still in there. And so was Rush. This is Rogan now. Davenport holds it up well usually. Rogan. Oh, a skidder. Bruce Bobbelaar from Anton Rogan. And Bobbelaar may have collided with the post. But that through ball by Jones finds Saunders. Howard's having to come across from right back to cover. Saunders shoots first time, and it was a good effort. Knocked out wide to McManaman, who is indeed starting on the right-hand side this time. Takes on Atkinson. Gets past him. And flips it into Michael Thomas. Thomas' shot! Oh, that's a fine goal! Rush. Away only as far as Mulby. Mulby's shot! Oh, and tipped over by Tony Norman. Saunders. Thomas through the middle again. Michael Thomas. Rush. 2-0 Liverpool. So simple and vintage Ian Rush. 68 minutes gone and Liverpool go 2 goals clear in the cup final. Yes, here's Saunders. Tries the bender. And Liverpool have won the FA Cup in their centenary year and qualify again for Europe. No reason for Sunderland to feel anything other than satisfied with the contribution they made, though, to the FA Cup as a whole this season. They've done the second division proud, and their job now is to make something of next season. But they'll be remembered, and their supporters will, for some valiant cup performances on the way to Wembley. Not quite good enough on the day is the verdict, as Bracewell leads them forward. Bob Murray there, the Sunderland chairman, leaning forward next to the Duke of Kent as the Sunderland players receive their losers' medals. John Byrne, who couldn't keep his record up, he had one good chance early on, the only round in which he didn't score. But young players here who will have benefited from the experience, and 1 or 2 older heads like Peter Davenport, who may perhaps not get a winner's medal after all in their careers, but who certainly experienced an FA Cup final which goes past so many other players. Tony Norman, no chance with the goals really. So Liverpool prepare now to receive.
It was quite a year, wasn't it? Cup final, the city status awarded to Sunderland, and a party, a carnival atmosphere laid on at the Seaburn Centre. The following morning, Sunday, May the 10th, we got on the team coach to come back to Wearside, and the players were a little bit apprehensive as to what would be expected of them when they got back to Wearside. But what a magnificent homecoming return, and the fans absolutely fabulous.
Got 3 deep, 4 deep on the way in, and just such a section's unbelievable.
Must have been absolutely moving on that back.
But it is. I mean, you can't say anything else about our supporters, really. When they came down there, I was talking to somebody previously, like I was saying, we had 17,500, we had 26,000, and our lads again out-shouted them what. And they've come down again, like I say, they've turned down the thousands again, and the lads really appreciate it. The only regret is that we never brought the cup back to them, but we just hope we can go and do it again sometime.
What about that reception, Malcolm? Well, it was quite incredible. I mean, you'd have thought we'd won the cup. There's no doubt about it.
Must have been an amazing, moving experience for the players.
Yeah, very. And, you know, I mean, I think the lads will be as choked up about it as I am, because it was quite unbelievable. And it just shows you what passion and love of football they have up here. And it would be just wonderful if we could actually go and win something for them.
Next year?
Well, we'll be trying, yeah.
All the best, Malcolm. Enjoy it out there.
Right, cheers.
Gary, you've been to Wembley before. You've now been to an FA Cup final. You must be disappointed, but this must make it all very worthwhile.
Yeah, it's very worthwhile, but very disappointed that we never bring the cup back, but hopefully next year we will.
There's a promise from the man himself.
Long way. Let have a smile.
What about this reception from the fans? Must be absolutely tremendous along that way.
Yeah, unbelievable. You know, we couldn't have done better if we'd have won the cup today. Yesterday. Fantastic, unbelievable.
I'm told that even when you left the pub today, the scenes were out of this world.
Yeah, all the way in, like, you know, there's behind the streets, like, you know, we didn't expect it, you know, we thought we'd done our job, but, you know, they've been here all the way today. It's been absolutely fantastic.
What was the emotion like among the players?
We were yesterday or today?
No, today.
Today, I personally felt we didn't deserve it. You know, we lost the cup, but you know they've come back and you know they've given us a hero's welcome. But you know, first half we done well yesterday. Second half we were a little bit disappointed.
What do you think of the Sunderland fans?
What do I think of the Sunderland fans? I think they're absolutely magnificent. I have never ever seen supporters like them in my life. I mean, I'm from Manchester, brought up on the stretch for them, and these are the best fans in the country, without a doubt.
But we complete our look back to 91-92 season with goals galore scored here at home at Roker Park.
They might get it from this attack which Pascoe is trying to mount. The ball half blocked. And Gabbiadini, and it's there! Sunderland have got the early reply. And it's through Gordon Armstrong. That's a good one for Gabbiadini. The ball's in the net, and Gabbiadini has put Sunderland ahead. Owen, Bracewell, he couldn't lay offside. Owen, the cross is deep, the goalkeeper struggling. Armstrong, it's in. Big kick from Norman, and it's from one of his huge kicks. But Sunderland nearly scored. They might here, they have. And Sunderland have equalised. Armstrong with the chip in. Mayhem developing in front of that goal. It's there! Sunderland have finally equalised. With 9 minutes left, it's Pascoe who equalises for Sunderland. Comes across. Again, nobody could get the final touch. Davenport was the centre, and yes, I think that was Hauser. Yes, indeed, Thomas Hauser it is. Low corner to the edge of the penalty area, good shot, and there. Sunderland on away again, the ball crossed, and great, but yes, it's there. Rush gets the ball in. Armstrong went through on Beagley's left. He tries the shot. Oh, the post, and then Rush. Owens can get the ball in, but it comes off the Brighton defender. And the ball in the net, but I don't think that will count, will it? It has, it's counted. So Beagley again. And this time it's in. I think Bennett got the last touch. The ball played in by Armstrong. Oh, it's Byrne. He could score his first goal for Sunderland and does so. A mistake by David James, who holds his hands to his head in horror. Get a telling cross in here. It's a deep one. Oh, and stopped on the line. It's rolled over. It's there. Now Byrne at the other end fires home Sunderland's third. But now it's Bracewell. Sticks it wide. Rogan looking for the line. Gets to the line. Good move this by Sunderland. And it's in. It's a goal for Sunderland. Bennett now decided to go forward so far, but not a very good pass by Bennett, but he gets a second chance. This time it looks as though he might have found Byrne. Byrne going through and gets the equaliser. It's 1 goal each, and John Byrne scores for Sunderland. Armstrong inside, but that's to no one in particular, headed away by Smith. Back to Bracewell. Bracewell turns it back in. Oh, and it's there! Sunderland have scored! Right at the death, Sunderland have got the lead. Hardiman with that little flick on. Goodman intercepting. Rush going in. Still, oh, and it's there! There's a deflection on the way. Pascoe follows the ball into the net, but Sunderland, right at the death at the end of the first half, have managed to pierce this Portsmouth defence. Owens has kept on running, but this is Atkinson. Leaves it for Bracewell. Atkinson again. Good pass. Goodman. And Armstrong, yes, it's Armstrong who scores for Sunderland. A lovely move. Cut the Barnsley defence to ribbons. And Sunderland could catch Barnsley on the break if they're quick enough. There's Goodman going through. Goodman still. And scores. John Goodman makes it 2-0. Bennett pumps the ball forward again. Armstrong wins the heading duel. Whips the ball across. And it's there. A lovely goal for Sunderland. Oh, that was a well-worked goal. I was getting up. Bracewell clearing. Now, Davenport this time. Scores! It's 2-0 for Sunderland. The deep one. Byrne, if he can get turn, he can't. But Atkinson and Byrne, yes! Byrne it is who gets his foot to the ball. Atkinson it was who turned the ball across. Ian Bogie, the former Newcastle player, the Millwall number 9, headed away from the heart of the Millwall defence, but it's back in. Byrne on the ball now, can't go forward, so plays it wide. And it's the shot, it's there. I think, I don't know who scored that, but it's certainly there. It caught the Millwall defence by surprise. It's Paul Hardiman. Hardiman. Now Byrne going through for Sunderland and scores. John Byrne restores Sunderland's lead. 10 minutes into the second half. Now forward comes Goodman. Goodman it is, making it 3-1. 2 goals in a minute for Sunderland. And it was substitute Peter Davenport who slid that ball through. There's Davenport in picture. And John Goodman makes it 3-1 after 56 minutes play. As Hardiman heads the ball back into the Millwall half. Byrne touches it wide for Armstrong. The early cross comes in. Goodman there again and scores. It's 4. Sunderland 4, Millwall 1. And Armstrong's cross turned in beautifully with his head by Goodman. Byrne sprays the ball out. First time touched by Davenport. In comes Kay. Kay with the cross, and it's 5. Goodman gets his hat-trick. It's 5-1 for Sunderland. A lovely move again. Goodman.
Goodman somehow determined to turn away from goal. Now Armstrong.
And it's there again. This time I think it was Davenport who got the final touch.
Sunderland attacking again. Signs at the beginning to raise their game just a little. Tries to get the ball over, but good covering there by Aston.
Now Bracewell with an excellent cross, and it's the equaliser, and it's by Gordon Armstrong. Hardiman was stopped by Aspen the first time, but then it came out to Bracewell, who sent over a beautiful cross straight into the path of Gordon Armstrong, and Sunderland's leading scorer doesn't often miss opportunities like that.
Great challenge by John Kay. He looked second favourite to get that ball. Now Byrne.
Hardiman with a tremendous shot. Oh, and he scored. A mistake by Nixon. A tremendous shot from Paul Hardiman from way outside the penalty area.
Coolly played out by Rogan. Long ball from Rogan for Davenport. Davenport whips the ball across. It's over Parks. Byrne is there, but Dix is as well. Byrne and Dix, it's in, it's a goal, it's over the line. Byrne and Dix challenged for that ball, following a fine cross from Davenport. And it was the important foot of John Byrne. Another Sunderland throw, Sunderland's best concentrated spell of the match so far. Rush with the header. Goodman turns,
goes past one man, he brought down, was he brought down? What's the referee giving? Yes, it is the penalty. And he slots it in rather fortunately off the post. He didn't hit it properly, but he did the job. It went in off the post.
Challenged by Rush. Atkinson. Rush. Good play by Rush. Finding Byrne. Byrne, Rush has come up into the penalty area.
Byrne tries to flick it past. Yes, Davenport. This time, no doubt. Besant furious with the defence.
And if that fails to resolve it, then it's the sudden death method of penalties.
Oh, it's there! Sunderland have regained the lead in dramatic fashion. And the Sunderland players are going mad here.
Rogan, Mooney.
And the long-range shot, yes! Sunderland have pulled one back with a tremendous shot.
Now the free kick can be taken.
It is now Bennett. It's there from Bennett. Lovely header from Gary Bennett from the Sunderland free kick. The free kick taken by Brian Atkinson, and there was Gary Bennett having to lean slightly backwards to head that ball in, but he got the direction, he got the power, and Sunderland take the lead. Jinks left, right. Oh, and here comes Byrne. If he can force it through, he can't. Mooney trying to get in. Atkinson stopped the switch from clearing it. Looks for the ball in the centre, and it's there. It's there from Don Goodman. Sunderland take the lead. With 8 minutes gone in the second half, 53 minutes gone, Brian Atkinson made that goal, but Don Goodman finished it off deservedly. It's Sunderland 1, Ipswich Town 0.
And we see here that it's ours who robs the defender. Through goes Don Goodman. Careless play on the part of Romeo Zondervan, who allowed himself to lose possession. And the experience of Don Goodman is enough to ensure that Sunderland lead 2-0 with his second goal of the night. It's the outswinger, similar to the one that Armstrong got, and it's there! Sunderland have scored a third! It's Sunderland 3. Plays the ball in, but too short. Bennett keeps the attack going though. Cleared once more for Middlesbrough. Sampson playing the ball back in. That's a good ball too. The shot is the goal. It's a lovely goal there by Sunderland, but has an offside whistle gone? No, I think it's Davenport. And perhaps they can develop something from this.
Gary Howells has come up to take it. Not a great deal of wind this afternoon. A breeze, certainly, as you can see by that flag. Howells plays this throw short, gets the return ball.
Now the cross, and Goodman makes it 1-0. I wondered whether anything might come of that, and the referee quite sensibly bringing the players away from the crowd. And there, John Goodman makes it 1-0 for Sunderland.
Mooney stopping the Cambridge defence from getting that one clear. The ball played wide, looking
For Goodman, he is Rush coming. He has a great chance and makes it 2. It's Sunderland 2, Cambridge 0. David Rush this time.